because you look like an overnight success. You know, when people look at your Wikipedia page, they're like, oh, this guy, he blew up in wrestling. And then from there, he immediately did DDPY. And now he's on Netflix. But it's not like that. And I think it's important for people to know that you got to believe in yourself. And a lot of times your friends and family actually just don't believe in you. They're not the ones that support you. A lot of times they're the ones that are thinking, you know what, honey, maybe you should just, you know, walk away from the $500,000 and go do something normal. But like, you got to have vision and focus to push through.
100%. I mean, it's like owning it, Positively Unstoppable. You brought the book up earlier. The Art of Owning It. It is that 6-inch piece of real estate in between your ears. The story you tell yourself, that voice that's, you know, so much, so many times. Like when I blew my back out and those 3 spine specialists told me my career's over, the emotional gravity inside me sucked me down. And for about a week, it was probably the longest ever. Because if I ever get bummed out or start feeling a little depressed, it's like a couple of hours and I pull myself out of it. But this was a really big deal. Like everybody said I couldn't do it, you know, and they've said that my whole life. But, you know, when I started doing the yoga, I knew it was helping me, but I knew it wasn't everything I needed. And that's where the whole DDPY thing comes from, that I just knew that if it was ever going to happen, I was going to have to make it my own. But the biggest thing I had to stop doing was emotional gravity. I had to stop with the negative talk. And like an example would be when I went up for my Hall of Fame ring, I hadn't been in front of a crowd like that in 15 years. We're talking about 20,000 people in an arena when we do our Hall of Fame. Millions of people watch it on USA and on WWE Network. And I could have been in my head. What was I thinking writing a 27-minute speech? Well, what if my iPad freezes on me? What if I freeze? What if they're not getting with what I'm saying? That's not what my head was at. My head was at, this is going to be the greatest day of my life in professional wrestling. This is the benchmark. I'm going to blow people away. I'm going to make them laugh. I'm going to make them cry. I'm going to inspire them. And when it was all said and done, bro, that was my finest moment in professional wrestling. And it was the greatest day. And I loved, there was a lot of work put into that talk. And I had everybody right in my hands from the minute I walked out there. And Eric Bischoff gave me an amazing induction speech. So we're the first ones out of the gate, and we were off to the races. And again, if I don't put that in my head, it doesn't happen like that. What was really cool, Beth Phoenix, who is also going into Hall of Fame that year, she's married to Adam Copeland, who goes by the name of Edge. They're both Hall of Famers. She'd come up to me after her speech, and she said, I got to thank you. And I said, thank me? Thank me for what? She goes, I was listening to your speech. And before that, I was getting in my head and questioning myself. And as I watched you, I realized I got this. I own this. This is going to be the best thing I've ever done. And she killed it.
Nice.
And it was so cool to see that, you know?